Hello, everybody. I am Alesia Hendley, aka the Smooth Factor, and I am doing an exclusive interview today with Exertis Almo with Melody Craigmyle. How are you today?
I'm doing great, Alicia. It's great to talk to you and really excited about what's coming next week in DC and getting to see you.
Yes, absolutely. I'm always excited to hang out with you and the team. So this is why we're doing this exclusive to kind of give people some insight into this fall end of the E4 experience. Now, to my understanding, it's been quite a while since the E4 experience and tour has hit the East Coast. So let's talk about that in itself. It's been a while. We're excited to get back, and what can the people expect?
Yeah, so this DC event has been baking for a long time during the pandemic. It was one
Yes.
of the first events we had to cancel. So we know that a lot of our customers and folks in this geography are just super excited to see the tour come back and lots of new exhibitors, new people, new faces as we're, part of Exertis now. And it's just a very exciting time to be back out in the AV community.
Yeah, absolutely. And we saw this kind of full blown collaboration of Exertis and Alamo really coming together in Chicago. Can we expect the same thing as we hit DC next week?
Yeah, definitely. I think what you're going to see in DC is going to be one of our biggest exhibit halls that we've ever had, with about 50 exhibitors.
Nice.
Actually, in Boston, we're going to have around 55 exhibitors. So we're calling it a North and a South hall. So we have two
Oh,
halls
wow.
that are going to be in Boston. So lots of product. The vendor partners are really pulling out all the stops on their new products and everything from new projection, collaboration, cameras, all the best technology, DV LED, lots of great new setups for the show, and they're really going to be putting on an all-star event for us.
Nice. I'm excited about the technology because there's more vendors. There's going to be a lot of more conversations going on. And I guess I will spare this full blown story that I tell at almost every E4 experience tour. But, my initial touch point was coming to an event when I was an end user and going to the trainings, getting my hands on the technology, and really being able to engage with thought leaders and educators in this industry. So, from an end user perspective, how valuable is this show coming back to the East Coast?
I think it's really valuable for end users because for many years, and even now, sometimes budgets are limited for travel, for people
Yes.
to be able to go to the big shows, and things are tight. But with E4, thanks to our partners, everything is completely free. Breakfast, lunch, all the classes, all the CTS, and I think one of the main things for end users is that there's just so much knowledge, and one of the E's in E4 is exchange, which is that networking aspect. And
Mhm.
to be able to have those one-on-one conversations with the engineer at Sharp NEC or with Apson, and really talk about their projects and what their visions are for their installations. You just really get that personal attention at E4.
Yeah.
That I think is key for end users to really make the connection between people and technology and partners, and really kind of bring it full circle.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the biggest points is being able to engage with so many different people. Like we said, sales engineers, you've got salespeople, people who actually had their hands on with the technology and experience with the technology and know it best so they can help you implement it in your own particular situation. And of course, the event is free food, free lunch. You get to sit down and network over some good food as well. So that's a huge perk from an end user perspective as well. Get to engage right in your backyard and just enjoy some good old fashioned networking.
Yeah, exactly. And I think there's so many light bulb moments that happen at E4 when, maybe you've just been talking about an LED wall in your conference room, or you've been, contemplating, replacing, some legacy technology. But when you get to see it and feel it and touch it, and it really does make those connections. And for our integrator partners who have been bringing their end users to the event, it's really helping them from like a business proposition standpoint, because it's their showroom for the day as well, with their end user partners.
Yeah, showroom. That's a good way to put it. Like, this is a grand showroom. Come in, get in where you fit in, check out some new gear, and engage and network and learn throughout this whole day. I think this is one of the best, like, one day events you can go to in our industry, right? Some of them are 2 to 3. And then, of course, you have Infocom and the larger shows. But this brings you so much in one day, and it's so fulfilling. I think for everybody, not just end users.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've really worked over the years to make sure that the curriculum is kind of something for that person that's maybe coming into the industry or coming in from an adjacent industry.
Yeah.
Tom Care does some great introductory classes on, project management and different things. And then, you have some higher level, classes that are talking about AV over IP and some of the more technical aspects of it. But
Yeah.
really, for somebody that is um, again, coming into the industry or just want to freshen up their skills or really hone in on some new techniques, there's really a great plethora of different choices for them to do in terms of the classes they can take.
Yeah, indeed. And I want to touch on something that you just mentioned. Newbies are newer to the industry or are looking to kind of jumpstart your career. E4 is the best place to do that because you have access to all of these different things that can help you grow in your career. But let's talk about the importance and what you've seen throughout your years of, leading and heading this E4 experience. How much that is of value to people that are looking to get into the industry and the access it creates to things they might not have access to.
Well, I think it's one of the key things, again, Alesia, is just making those connections with
Mhm.
manufacturers and integrators and people who are looking for bright, new, young talent to come into the industry. And this is just a great opportunity for, maybe that student who doesn't have the money to travel to a
Yeah.
big trade show. I mean, this is something right in their backyard where they can, make those connections that will really be impactful for years to come.
Yeah, I mean, I know that's what I did. I drove up from Houston to Dallas, and it was one of the most impactful days just because of the people that you meet, the education you gain. And of course, you leave with your belly full, you're all happy, and you're ready to go home, and you follow up, right? You follow up, you send in your resume, or you follow up because you need to get in touch with some manufacturers as far as gear. There's just so much opportunity. And I can't say this enough, speaking from my own experience, how much the E4 experience truly is one hell of an experience in general. But it really can help you jumpstart in so many different ways and connect to the right people and engage uh, more one-on-one, shake those hands and then follow up and continue that connection. It's all about the follow-up, but that one day in person is just one heck of an experience. So kudos to this, award-winning event as you guys continue to keep doing what you do and being successful. And I'm looking forward to DC, which is happening next week, and then Boston, that'll be happening the following month. So we're just going to keep this party rolling. But if you haven't registered already, Melody, tell the people where they can go and get that link and get registered for either event.
Yeah, it's real simple. Just go to e4experience.com. You see the E4 up here, e4experience.com. Again, everything, thanks to our partners, is free for the day. So go and register. And I know it certainly is a busy time of year with government year end in DC, but I just want to emphasize to people that, you can just come for the breakfast and a couple classes in the morning, or you can come for lunch and pick and choose what you want to attend if you have things lined up that you've got to get done. But just want to emphasize we won't be back for 2 years, so this is your chance. And so again, take the opportunity. It's a great thing for personal development that people just take the time out of their schedule to invest in themselves.
Yes.
And invest in this experience, as you've said so eloquently many times, it's definitely worth the time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So get in while the getting is good, people. We'll see you in DC. And if you have any questions, myself and Melody will be there. We are going to have a great day. So like we said, come and engage, whether that's the first half, the second half. There's a jam-packed day, but it is very flexible. So we look forward to seeing you all in DC and in Boston. And until next time, thank you, Melody, for your time. I'll see you soon.
Thanks. See you next week.